All right, live on YouTube. What is up, people? Let me do something here. Do that. So that's what I'm looking off camera all the time, and we're live on Facebook. What is up, people? What is up? And we're gonna go live on IG here. Should have set this up before coming on. So excuse moi as I go ahead and set it up. We got a good news stories. I mean, it's a busy week this week with a lot of stuff going on. So it's going to be a week of Facebook Lives as we try to get out the door some really awesome Seejeanty content. Really looking forward to sharing that with you guys. And then on top of that, we have an action-packed week, the second half of the week, with us being at the Haiti Tech Summit. I don't know how many of you folks are going to be at the Haiti Tech Summit, but for those who are, I'll be out there. So don't be a stranger. You know what I mean? Don't be a stranger. Do come up, chit chat, and let's talk about some Haiti business, entrepreneurial, economic stuff. You know what I mean? While we're about. You know what I mean? And actually, let me do one thing. I'll be right back, guys. All right, sorry about that, folks. All right, we're back. All right, let's just jump in the news story. So, ADBIZ News Show Monday to Friday, bringing you news that's going to keep you informed, engaged, and reacting in the most optimal way for your business, investment, entrepreneurial activity. Today's the 17th of June. And, again, I really wish, these guys need to provide you a temporary link room. You know what I mean? We're trying something a little different. We're using something called StreamYard to do our streaming now. It gives me a little bit more access, more user control, a lot of real cool stuff I can do with this app. We'll see how it goes. So far, it's provided me some really clean footage and feedback. And it's still, we're on IG here. Got to be dexterous, as they say. So again, as I mentioned, it's a very busy week this week. We did some really great content this past weekend that I'm trying to get out the door. In addition, we have a very action-packed week, the second half of the week. I'm going to be Haiti Tech Summit. So those who are interested in, just come up, chat with me. I don't have enough subscribers to be bougie just yet. No, I'm kidding. Never be like that. So feel free to let's chat about, what you may be trying to do entrepreneurially in the country if you are at the Haiti Tech Summit. I love that. I'll give you my input, feedback, and hopefully whatever I can do to help you guys be successful in terms of providing information. I'm here for that. This is why this whole show even exists, right? So, without much further ado, let's talk about the news story for today. And the news story is So, as folks know, the PetroKaribe scandal is it's causing a lot of headache socially within the country. There's been a lot of protesting, a lot of things going on that has made it, Haiti's tricky enough to do business to begin with, but with all this stuff going on currently, it's even more tricky. Thus far, it hasn't been as bad as the February 7th protest. We had a slightly major one that happened last week. It didn't last as many days, only like, and then there was some, after fire, as it were, some light smoldering after fire that happened here and there. But it's still, you're still safe. Just can be clear, it hasn't affected any tourist, anybody who's visiting the country, just to be clear, you know what I mean? And it's, and the protesting, it's legitimate concerns, the living conditions have deteriorated in the country in terms of, what your money can buy, the good can buy, the fact that we've had incredible amount of corruption through a resource, the PetroKaribe funds, over multiple billions of dollars that could have went to do some incredibly good, important structural things, just went to waste. It was a great opportunity that was squandered. And folks are in the streets protesting for some accountability. The culture of impunity in the country needs to change, right? And I'm for that, and I'm with that. And of course, big lightning rod of that right now is the president, especially he's implicated in some of the corruption, and even if he's not implicated, he's part of a political party that was very much a part of the scandal, at least the biggest excesses. And so it's very questionable from a lot of people whether or not we ever really see any action, because you're kind of trusting it's like trusting the bank robbers to prosecute themselves, right? What's up from Taiwan? Okay, appreciate the love from Taiwan, my brother. Michivan. Excusez-moi si mal dit non, mon frère. Excusez. That's what we're going to talk about. And so what's really interesting, so Laurie Lamont, who was the PM for a good amount of time during Martelly's time, right? His channel, he has a decently active social media presence. I've seen him do things like what no one else is doing, like, for example, doing social media. Augusto Tours, what's up? Doing things such as, doing IG ads for some of the stuff he's doing and promoting from, for example, his recent, he got awarded by the UK for something or another. He was doing some ads on that. So he has a relatively active social media account relative to these other politicians. And you put something out that was very interesting, really interesting, because anyone who's been following the scandal knows that there's been some issues related to the stadiums. There was 25 stadiums built. Nobody knows or has been to any of these stadiums, right? And, there's been a big focal point to say, man, and on top of that, these 25 stadiums, we're being quoted, amounts of $100+ million went into these stadiums that were built, and we have nothing to show for it, especially, with the Gold Cup that Haiti's a part of. By the way, Haiti just won 2-1 against Bermuda. Whoop, 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 right? We don't have anything because, if you watch the Bermuda game, you saw firsthand the Bermuda Stadium is nice. It is nice, even though it was pretty empty, but it was nice, right? And we don't have anything like that in Haiti, like nothing close. You know what I mean? We have one stadium that's in La Ville, and it's nothing like that, So what happened was in 2011 to 2013, Haiti began to build stadiums in different communes. And even that, a lot of people question, because they're like, well, for all this money, we should have built, instead of building 25 or whatever the amount, we should have just built 1 or 2 and made those 1 or 2 just like, as close to world class and impressive as possible, right? And that's a Monday morning quarterback sort of comment, But we decided to go and build 25, and now that the video, which has only so far like 90 views, and it was released 2 days ago. I thought, let me share that with you guys. Let's talk about it. Let's show it through this live stream, and then I can comment on it. And it's in Creole, and so I'll translate it, for my English speakers who may not be as on point with Creole. So I'll translate it, and we'll just look it over. We'll just see what the facts are per this. And again, is it government propaganda? I don't know. Y'all decide. I've read bits and pieces of the most recent commission report, and some bits and pieces I saw. The amount of excess and true overcharging and double billing that occurred for folks to launder some of this money is incredible. The stadium also had some figures involved in it, and this video really is trying to get at some of these figures and provide explanations and provide some proof of whether or not they've been produced or not. So let's just jump into it. Let's take a look at it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch my camera. I'm sorry, my IG people, you can't really see it, but those who are watching IG, feel free to hop on my Seejeanty Facebook page or YouTube, and you will be able to see it. All right. Okay. All right. So we're on it on Facebook and on YouTube. You should be seeing the video, right? And so I'm just gonna go ahead and play it, and then I'll pause it where I feel like I need to do so to explain. All right. So let's go and play, and then hopefully I got the bandwidth. Hopefully I got the bandwidth to play it and do what I'm doing here in terms of the stream. Let's see if I can do that. Ooh. Yeah, in case y'all were wondering if I was really in Haiti or not. This is a proof. Maybe I should have downloaded it beforehand. Probably should have downloaded beforehand. Okay, there we go. Let me lower the resolution a little bit, maybe. It's doing too much. Do 480p.
La question construction.
Maybe it doesn't like the full screen. Let's try it. Keep it minimized. Let's do something else, guys. Let me try something else.
Stade, ou sinon, parc sportif.
Let's try something else. Here,
Sinon, complexe sportif. N'importe qui j'en veut là, dans le pays d'Haïti. Il y a un pile là qui a un paquet de confusion. Qui circule dans la presse, avec sur tous les réseaux sociaux.
I'm gonna try to download the video and then play it. And this way I won't be using bandwidth. All right, it's downloading. All right, let's go ahead and download it. It's not too big of a file. All right, it's downloading. Bear with me. We're going to put them bandwidth. Yeah, I know. And believe it or not, I'm on fiber. So it's the top tier here in Haiti, and it is what it is. So especially since I got two streams going, or the IG's on something else, and so it kind of makes sense. A lot of bandwidth stress, as it were. All right, so here we go. We got the video. All right. Okay, let's try it again. Boom. And boom. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and expand this thing here. All right. And do full screen and let's play.
Dans la construction stade, aussi nos parcs sportifs, aussi nos complexes sportifs, n'importe qui j'en veux là dans le pays d'Haïti, il y a un pile avec un paquet de confusion qui circule dans la presse, avec sur tous les réseaux sociaux. Il y a confusion sur qui ça qui est fait comme stade, ou sinon combien de parcs sportifs qui fait vrai dans tout le pays. Confusion sur combien ça coûte l'État haïtien. Confusion ça, c'est un pile.
So let me pause there real quick and kind of play it. Explain
Confusion.
And so what they're saying is there's some confusion, you know, what was done with the stadium and exactly how many stadiums were produced, right? So that's what the translation is for folks who are watching right now. Let's keep playing.
Sur combien ça coûte l'État haïtien? Confusion ça, c'est un pile politicien qui crée et qui alimente le tout. Vérité à là, mais vous pas pouvoir le chercher pour vous parce que vous voulez faire un capital politique dans bail menti. Des gens qui poussent mentir tellement loin.
They're saying that, politicians are using this issue as a political toy, right? And they're buying and they're lying about a lot of different things.
Oui, ils arrivent dire que c'est 184 millions de dollars vêtements qui dépensés dans la construction du stade. Et il y a même confusion sur qui côté dans le pays.
So they're saying, some folks are saying it was over 190,000 plus million, with confusion on where these things are located.
Eh bien, pour la vérité et pour l'histoire, nous voulons porter information pour toutes jeunes et pour toutes moins jeunes qui t'ont aimé connaître qui sa vérité à vrai. Là, moi prêt à parler nous de combien de contrats qui te gagné pour faire stade dans le pays, qui le contrat ça a été signé, qui est-ce qui te signé, combien il a coûté et dans quel point construction stade ça a eu.
All right, so the question is going to be covered in the video is how many contracts were signed, who signed them, when were they signed, how much did they cost, and where did they reach? How far exactly did they reach?
Eh bien, qui t'aime dire nous que dans les affaires construction parc sportif, tu as trois grosses catégories. Et contrat a été signé pour faire des lots de parcs sportifs.
So there's three categories of parks that were signed.
Première catégorie a gagné un contrat pour aménagement infrastructure de sport phase 1 qui était pour construire 10 parcs sportifs dans 10 communes qui jusqu'à présent coûtaient l'État haïtien 5 795 395 dollars.
Now to catch that, there were, one second. We had somebody knock on the door. Sorry about that. It's one of the issues of doing Facebook Lives, And so what we have here, you have 6 million in that was spent, and for 10 stadiums in 10 different communes, right?
À répéter, un seul contrat pour 10 parcs sportifs pour 5 795 395 dollars dans 10 communes. Donc, si vous voulez diviser montant ça par 10, l'État bord 579 000 dollars pour chaque parc sportif. À répéter, 500.
So the individual cost of each stadium was $600,000.
179 000 dollars pour chaque parc sportif. 10 communes qui étaient bénéficiées, c'est commune Saint-Louis du Sud, commune Tomon, Gressier, Jérémy, Cajacmel, commune Milo, commune Verret, Saint-Louis du Nord, monde organisé avec Akin qui était dans le contrat. Mais à cause des problèmes terrain, ils étaient obligés de changer Akin pour voir le marchand des salines.
So you can see 10 different parks, here, right? And there's some photos coming that shows their state.
Ils ont tout fini, excepté monde organisé avec marchand des salines. Dernier là qui fini.
So out of the 10, 8 were completed.
C'est Saint-Louis du Nord, que le président Jovenel a inauguré en mars 2017, qui est relé par Nelson Petit Frère. Donc, nous déjà ouais que si l'État a dépensé 579 000 $ pour aménager un parc sportif, c'est un côté où a fait championnat vacances, ou sinon championnat interscolaire. Mais c'est pas côté où on a tenté faire un match Real Madrid contre Barcelone, ou bien Brésil contre Argentine. Stade qui pour faire ça, c'est 300 à 400 millions de dollars coûté.
So, you know, he kind of glossed over the fact that, you know, 2 of these stadiums weren't done yet, you know, out of the 10. So that's $600,000 that, you know, really kind of 1.2 million. It's kind of just glossed over, you know, very nicely on this video. So something to think about, guys. But also what he's saying here is that, you know, such, you know, the big super stadiums cost, you know, as he puts it on the screen here, is 477 million. You know, it costs a lot more money than the 5 million they spent in total. That's the video.
Il y a un deuxième contrat tout dans le groupe ça pour faire un centre sportif qui est plus gros dans la ville de Pignon pour 1,6 million de dollars. Ça tout, construction a commencé, mais il n'est pas fini.
So my family is from Payo, on my dad's side, and I can tell you there's not that much concentration of population up there. It's really nice and beautiful, but it's not much concentration up there. Okay, to really merit, in my opinion, a park, which is very suspicious to me that there would be a park up there in the first place. But okay, whatever, it's up there. But it's not finished, right? At least it was finished. I could say, well, at least it's finished. It's not finished. Interesting.
Donc, ça t'a fait 11 parcs sportifs pour environ 7 millions de dollars.
Okay, very casually noted. Remember, the first one was 5.7. So this Payan Park, which isn't finished, made up 7. So that's what? I'll do the math for me. 1.25 million. Hello. Hey, how you doing, Angela Foster? Appreciate
Moi,
it.
dis-nous que les 2 contrats ça signés avec film Secosa le 12 mai 2011, 2 jours avant Matéli monter sur pouvoir. Dans la deuxième catégorie.
But he's saying that these contracts were signed before Martinelli, so he couldn't, you know, as a way to unimplicate themselves. Okay.
Catégorie A, tu as un lot contrat pour aménagement infrastructure de sport phase 2.
Notice that all these contracts are this company called Secosa. Okay, Secosa. You know, they've been implicated in a lot of corruption scandals. You can Google them. Don't take my word for it.
Pour construction 8 centres sportifs qui plus gros et avec gazon synthétique, gradins et tribunes qui vont coûter 13 194 039 $98. Qui va être supposé faire? Eh bien, c'est dans le parc Sainte-Thérèse de Pétionville, Thomas 25, Léogane, Saint-Marc, Dadado, Hench, Grande Rivière du Nord, et Miragwan.
So there's a second set of contracts, and they were supposed to sort of improve. Those are like improvement contracts. So the first set of contracts to create brand new ones, and these were to improve current stadiums, right? And they just went through the list of, you know, Alexa Montes on YouTube. Great comment. I don't really understand why projects like this are even a priority in Haiti. Listen, I would have much rather they went to hospitals and schools and universities, which are very much the priority, but apparently that's not the priority for these guys. You know what I mean? So let's keep going. So that contract was to improve the current stadiums that exist in the country.
Là-dedans, il y a un qui plus gros parce que l'autre. Par exemple, il y a un parc Sainte-Thérèse qui coûte 2,9 millions de dollars.
Let's pause on that. So the improved Sainte-Thérèse, which I've been there, it looks cool. It's not even, in my opinion, the level of a high school stadium, you know, but, you know, $2.9 million. Okay.
Et il y a Thomasin lui-même qui coûtait $550,000.
The Thomasin one I've been to, and same thing. It looks cool, you know, but now I'm getting these price points. I don't equal to the price points I'm looking at. right? Let's keep looking.
Américain. Thomasin, Sainte-Thérèse, Hinch à Grande-Rivière du Nord, yo même yo fini.
It's saying they're finished. These 4 from that contract were finished. We didn't get the figures for Hinch or Grande-Rivière du Nord, excuse me. So let's keep looking.
Mais 4 l'autre yo commencé, mais yo pas fini. Contrat.
So the other 4, we gotta see how quickly that went by. you see how quickly that went? Let's try to get back out of there. Okay, so these aren't finished. So 4 are finished, and I just mentioned how I've been there, and look, but do they look 500,000 to 2 million? I don't know. And then these weren't. That means money was spent here, and right now to this day we have nothing to show for it. Right? Let's keep
fini. Contrat ça lui-même était signé avec Secosa le 6 septembre 2011, un mois avant le gouvernement colonial était monté. Donc, ça t'a fait, pour firme Secosa, 19 packs sportifs pour environ $20 million.
So what he just said was even another contract was signed before Matali, and ultimately Lamont posted this. So, him saying that we couldn't have corrupted that, right? Because the contract was already signed, right? Okay. And the total thus is $20 million.
Troisième groupe là, c'est pour
Again, we're at 2 categories now. Okay, let's look at this third category.
Construction 5 complexes sportifs avec firme Constructora Rofi que ICLBP t'a supervisé. Contrat qui était signé le 9 juillet 2012. Complexe sportif ça, yo même yo tout fini. Yo gen là dans terrain football, volleyball, basketball et gradin.
So the third category of state aspects to them, right? And they're saying they're finished. Let's keep going.
What I meant.
I'm pausing here just so we can take a look together, guys, to see what we got. Even the other one looked a little, graphics didn't look like a real photo, but okay. And Okay, is that a real photo? I don't know. It looks a little rendered to me. I don't know about you guys. It looks a little rendered to me. All right.
Pour ajouter tout, réhabilitation centre sportif de Carrefour là, que l'État a financé, qui pour tabac nous 25 complexes sportifs. Mes amis, mes vérités pour tout ça que pas de connaître.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's the facts, right? 25 stadiums for what was the last figure there? Let me run that back. What was that last figure I saw in terms of the total price?
Les amis, pour tout ça, 5 complexes sportifs. Les habilitations financées qui pour tabac nous 25 complexes sportifs.
Look at that. I'm trying to find the total price here.
Jacques Mel et Okai 12. Complexe sportif, foot, basketball.
Let's say 20 million. That's the last figure I saw, even though that figure was provided at the end of category 2. So I don't think I saw. Y'all can keep me earnest here. I don't think I saw. The final amount, right? But let's say 20 mil for the 25, right? So yeah, I don't know what you guys. So I'm gonna just pass it on to you. At the end of the day, I have my perspectives and opinions, and I have to try to be impartial here, right? But even let's just look at just what they shared. Looking just at what they shared, the first 10, 2 weren't done. And then there was another part 2 of a contract, and there were some not done there. And on the second category, 4 were done, 4 weren't, right? So, and then the last one, I didn't really get a clean figure. They said they were done, right? They said they were done and they were cool. They did the rehabilitation, and the ones that had multiple use, they created them. So altogether, it looks like 80% perhaps were completed for a price tag of around $20 million. I'd say make with it what you can. But certainly, as some of our commenters here on YouTube had mentioned, the money could have went somewhere else. There's so many much more critical infrastructure projects that this could have went to. Why stay? Love to read your perspective on it. And again, the link for the video is below in the description. If you guys would take a look and make your own opinions. Only 98 views, which is shocking to me. Take a look at that, and we'll be back. We'll be back, Monday through Friday. Again, later this week, if we will be, but we'll be back. Remember, subscribe if you like what I'm doing here, and hit that like button, share it to your friends, and remember, we had a very awesome drone video that we dropped. So check it out, man. It's a real cool perspective. I think we enjoy it. All right, guys. So we're back at it again. Take it easy. Peace.